And the final step is bill passing menu process, head office, HO. The bill passing menu is used to process supplier invoices for payment after goods have been received, inspected, and confirmed. For example, if 10 printers were received and checked, the bill is forwarded to the head office, HO, for payment processing. Steps to process bill passing: select the GRN for bill passing, navigate to the bill passing menu. Click Add to initiate the bill passing process, and then select the GRN number associated with the goods received. The system will redirect you to the Goods Receipt Note inspection page. Goods Receipt Note, GRN. Details displayed. The system will show the following details: GRN number and date D, C number and D, C date, delivery challenge details, supplier code and supplier address, invoice number and invoice date, PO number and PO date, item details, item, part number, description, UOM, unit of measure, unit of measurement for the item GRN, quantity received in GRN, quantity rejected after inspection, return quantity sent back to supplier, accepted, quantity accepted after inspection to price, price per unit, GST %, applicable GST percentage, packing and forwarding, PNF, %, additional handling charges, discount %, discount on the item. Accepted value, final amount after adjustments, bill passing by, approver ID. Purchase order summary. The summary of the purchase order will include subtotal, total cost before additional charges, discount, total discount applied, PNF charges, additional handling charges, sales tax, GST, tax applied, freight charges, transportation cost, payment terms, agreed payment duration, additional transaction details, price basis, the method used for price calculation, transport, details of the transport used, delivery place, destination of goods, delivery method, example, for freight on receipt. Remarks. Any special comments about the transaction? Finalizing the bill passing review. All the details carefully. Click Update to finalize the bill. The system will auto-generate the bill, showing the total payable amount. The bill details will be saved and displayed on the bill passing section of the main page. The final bill will include all charges, discounts, and supplier details. Bill passing, rejected GRN menu. The rejected GRN menu in bill passing is used to track rejected items that have not been returned to stock. Key difference from GRN rejection process. In GRN rejection, rejected items can be added back to stock if necessary. In bill passing, rejected GRN, the rejected items are not added back to stock. Navigating to rejected GRN menu. Go to bill passing, rejected GRN menu. A list of rejected GRNs that haven't been returned to stock will be displayed. Click on the View button next to a rejected GRN. Viewing rejected GRN details. When you click View, the system will open the Rejected GRN Details page, displaying GRN number and date, supplier details, code, invoice number, invoice date, address, purchase order details, PO number, PO date. Rejected items list with the following details: item, part number, description, UOM, unit of measure, rejected quantity, reason for rejection, return status, managing rejected GRNs. If items are returnable, the system allows tracking of when and how they will be sent back to the supplier. The delivery challenge DC is used for returning items. Once returned, the DC returns process will handle stock updates. If items are non-returnable, the rejected items remain in the system for record keeping, but do not affect stock.
Branch Office Requisition. Open the Branch Office Requisition module. Navigate to the Branch Office Requisition section in the system. Click on Add New to start a new requisition request. Select Supplier. Click on Add Supplier to open the supplier selection page. A list of approved suppliers will be displayed. Select the appropriate supplier from the list. The selected supplier details will be auto-filled in the requisition form. Add items to the requisition. Click on Add Item to open the item selection page. Browse the available items or use the search function to find the required item. Select the item, and the system will auto-fetch details such as item code, part number, description, unit of measure, UOM, price per unit. Enter additional requisition details. Department. Select the department making the request. HOD. Head of department. Enter the name of the department head approving the requisition. Head material. Specify the category or type of material required. Remarks. Add any special notes or instructions. Quantity. Enter the required quantity of the item. Due date. Select the date by which the items are needed. Lifetime. Enter the expected lifespan of the item, if applicable. Save and finalize the requisition. Click Update to save the requisition details. Click Checkout to finalize the request. After checkout, the requisition will appear in the main requisition list with a unique requisition number. View and modify requisition. Click on the requisition number to review the entered details. If changes are needed, click Modify, update the required fields, and save the changes. Next step, processing the purchase order, PO. Once the requisition is approved, it will be moved to the Branch Office Purchase Order, PO, module for procurement. The purchase team will then generate a purchase order, PO, to procure the requested items from the selected supplier. Real-time example. The marketing team at Branch A needs 5 laptops for a new campaign. They create a branch office requisition and select an approved supplier. After adding item details and entering additional details, they submit the request. Purchase team processes purchase order. Branch Office Purchase Order. Branch Office Purchase Order, PO, after a requisition is approved. A purchase order is a formal document sent to the supplier to procure the requested items. Scenario example. The marketing team at Branch A needs 5 laptops. They raise a branch office requisition which gets approved. A purchase order, PO, is then generated to procure the laptops from an approved supplier. Steps to create a purchase order. Step 1. Access the purchase order section. Navigate to Branch Office Purchase Order in the system. Click Add New to start a new purchase order. Step 2. Select supplier. Choose the approved supplier from the available list. Click Select Supplier, which redirects to the purchase order Add page. Step 3. Auto-fetch details. Once a supplier is selected, the system will auto-fetch. Supplier code and name. PO number auto-generated. Supplier address, line 1 and line 2. Step 4. Enter additional details. Manually enter the following information. Freight charges if applicable. Delivery method. Remarks, any additional notes, and enter your ref number, our ref number, your ref date, and our ref date. Step 5. Save and calculate total. Click Update to save the PO. The system will automatically calculate and display. Subtotal. GST, Goods and Services Tax. Packing and forwarding charges, P and F%. Discounts if applicable. Step 6. Finalize the purchase order. Click Checkout to finalize the PO. The system generates a unique PO number, and the record is saved on the main page. Step 7. Review and print PO. Click on the PO number to view all the entered details. To print the purchase order details, click on the Print the purchase order for record keeping. If needed, delete the PO before final processing. Next steps. Goods Receipt Note, BOGRN. Once the purchase order is processed, the next step is Goods Receipt Note, GRN. The ordered items are received and inspected before final acceptance.